Okay, Twish 1999 wants to get into our drawers, it seems like, our junk drawers. You know, my junk drawers contain such items. This is a junk box right here. I don't have enough drawers for my junk. Contain such items as empty supplement bottles and caps off of magic markers, and a lot of stuff of that ilk, which is really pretty boring type stuff. So instead of doing that, I'm going to show my electronics drawer, and it's a mixture of kind of good stuff and some obsolete stuff. But before I do that, let me show you this here. This is something I just bought the other day. It's kind of cool to me anyway. I know to most people it's kind of a little simple prosaic thing, but I've never had one. But this is a Simply Punch. It's a 3-hole punch, and I mean it just works super good. You just put your paper in here and mash down on that part right there. And I kind of messed this one up, but that's okay. You get the idea. And it makes 3 nice even, you know, if you get it in there right, which I didn't just in. 3 nice little even holes, and I think this one here will do like about 20 sheets of paper. And I'd been using just a little old handheld thing with you know, that would make 1 hole at a time. I've seen several people use these in their videos. Sugar Talker for one, I think. You squeeze them. They come from Dollar Tree. They have different sizes of them. They're kind of cool. I actually used them in one of my videos. I used it, believe it or not, in my pirate videos, and as my outro in some of them, where I do the atomic fart there at the end and I sink the pirate ship. I green screened this against I blue screened it. I went outside and filmed it against the blue sky, and this is what I sink the pirate ships with. This is kind of cool, really, in a way. This is a sound effects machine. I got this for $1 at a flea market. That's a photon. We got a machine gun and a bomb, shield, phone, ray, gun, and a phaser. This is a wine cork thing. You pull the, you know, you stick that in the cork, and then you mash down on that, and then it pulls it out. I guess you could blow up a ball with it too if you wanted to, unless it pulls air back out. I don't think it does that, does it? No, it just keeps air coming down. I have a big clunky 1.3 megapixel camera, and believe it or not, I still, well, the batteries are even fresh. I still use this big whopping camera. It's a big whopping camera for 1.3 anyway. It happens that 1.3 megapixels, I don't know exactly what resolution it is, like 800 by 600 or whatever, but it happens to shoot the exact size I need to do my anything I put on eBay. And there's a light bulb in case, you know, I get like a good idea or something. Stick that in my ear, and if it lights up, bingo, I know that was a good idea. I've been wondering where that flashlight was. Shuttlecock, boing! USB data switch. Just plug in a bunch of USB cables on the back and put it in your computer and switch from one USB cable to another. A cord with a 3-prong outlet. Black & Decker snake light. Ah! We have here a CD caddy. Yeah, that's kind of old school. You put your CD in here. Haven't we all had one of these? A zip drive, 100 megabyte zip drive. Paid about $100 for this thing. I'll give you a real deal on this if you got a. I like these kind of cords here. Audio modulator. You hook this into your car, and if your car does not have a jack for your iPod or whatever, this will put a jack for your iPod in there where you can play stuff through your stereo. But it looks a little complicated to install, so I never have installed that. I don't know why I've taped these 2 balls together. I can't remember if that's for a video or not. They used to have things called, you know, like clackers, where you do like that, and then, you know, these balls would come up like that and hit, and it'd really make a big noise. And I think they outlawed them. They was breaking and Yeah, see there what happens? But they were little pieces flying off of them, and they were kind of dangerous. Here's a hose thingy. I mean, you hook a hose into that, and then you can hook 2 more hoses onto the end of it, and then you got 2 little valves here on top. If it wasn't frozen, you could turn them. There we go. You can see a little ball on the end. Yeah, there we go. So those are pretty useful sometimes if you're trying to irrigate a garden. What else we got here? Ah! Just a rubber snake. A little McDonald's toy. Yeah. Okay. There's a head off of a LED flashlight that, I don't know, the flashlight just screwed up. But I figured this was the most expensive part, and so I like kept it. I'll never need this. There's the back end of it. That's the least expensive part, so I have no excuse for keeping this. Yeah. Okay. I actually did use this in a video. This is a little octopus looking thing. It was in a collab a long time ago. You mash down on it, it makes a little cool. It lights up really nice. Whoa! And yeah, if you ever want to do the little reenactment, the Star Trek episode where there was all kind of little things plastered to the ceiling on another planet, and people would go and they'd, hey, look at that, splat, and then the new guy would, like fall to the floor dead. We have a bungee cord for when a clamp just won't work. We have the world's largest iPod. Actually, it's a Dell digital jukebox, and it's hooked to an external. I got these external speakers at Kmart for Kmart or Walmart for $10, and it does work pretty good. Here, I think it's charged up still. Let's see. And if I play just a tiny little bit of each one, then I won't run into any copyright issues. And you can hit the top of it here to power the speakers up. No, I don't have to crawl. Let's see. I can just walk away. No, that's not what I want. But actually it does work pretty good, and it has a better sound if I turn it around, because the speakers are actually on the other part. I'll do that here in a second. Don't know what wrong. See if I can get a decent song. Circle and a spiral, like a wheel within a wheel. Okay, so we'll flip it around. Anyhow, okay, that's so much for that. And shut down. Okay, you got plug this into your cigarette lighter in your car, and then you plug 4 other things into it. And surely to goodness you can blow a fuse or something with this thing, I would think. You have a QCat. This is from years ago. They came out with these suckers, and the idea was it's a USB thing, although is this one a USB thing? But it plugs into your computer. This looks like some kind of PS2 connector. I guess it plugs into your PS2 port, and then it would have a additional connector to plug your mouse in. But anyway, you would, like magazines, they came out with little barcode type things on it. You would open up your magazine with a product advertisement, and you would run your QCat over the barcode, and it would go to the web page of that manufacturer. And these never did take off. However, people started using them for alternative. They would modify them. People started modifying these to use them some kind of ISBN, which is a book lookup type of number, and somehow or another people could catalog their books with them or something like that later on. Anyway, people have modified them for that purpose. But if you've never seen one, QCat, right there, the history of computing of days way gone by. I have no clue. And we have a rather large nail. Probably never seen one of these either, I bet you not anybody out there can tell me what a beta drive is without me telling them. Maybe if I turn it around, that will see, it ought to be crystal clear now. But anyway, this, of course, I don't know if they still make these or not, and if they did, they would be making them in SATA form. This is just an IDE form. The concept of it is, if you got like a tower computer with plenty of room for hard drives, this will fit in your tower computer, and you can put extra hard drive in. Let's say you wanted redundancy on your operating system. Well, you can install an operating system on 2 different hard drives, and all your programs and everything. Even just get one hard drive exactly the way you want it, and if you're able to clone that hard drive onto another hard drive, then you can put both hard drives in your computer, and then if you get one hard drive just totally flummoxed up, all you got to do is turn your computer off and flip that down to number 2 and boot back up, and bingo, you're back in business. Used to be TV Guide that'd have codes, and so instead of having to program in your video cassette recorder, which, you know, is kind of a time-consuming task, you could key in the code from your TV Guide into this here, and then have it pointed at your VCR, and at the appointed time it would start recording that particular show that corresponded to the TV Guide listing. Probably 90% of the time it worked, but yeah, that 10% of the time that it didn't work would made it really kind of a bitch to use. This is a bunch of generic power adapters right here, cords and power adapters, and there's a microphone. So it's a good microphone. I never have used it. I've always just used the microphone that comes with my camera, which I guess accounts for my crappy sound. crap. The video with this thing took was utter crap. Okay, I think it's long enough, and I went through anything that was even semi-interesting here, so bye everybody.